My name is Dalton Ryan. I am an Astronomy 10 and I will be doing my presentation on Galileo Galilei. In 1609, Galileo met a Dutch eyeglass maker, and he was actually the inventor of the telescope, but he had a very basic model of it. Galileo took that model and improved on it so that he could see 30 times as far. He demonstrated his new instrument to the ruler of Venice by taking him to the tallest building in Venice and showing him its true potential. He gained some wealth and fame through this invention. He also got to use his invention for something that no astronomer has ever been able to do before. The ancients had studied the skies as much as they could possibly be studied with the naked eye. There were all different kinds of cultures all over the world, but Galileo was the first one to be able to see it 30 times better. Through his new invention and looking in the sky, he discovered 4 little objects around Jupiter, those being moons orbiting Jupiter. He also discovered Venus goes through phases like our moon does, thus proving the heliocentric model, essentially, that other planets are revolving around the sun and not the Earth, as Aristotle had taught, as well as the idea that the sun is perfect, which Galileo also disproved by finding sunspots. This contradicts teachings in the Bible by the Catholic Church that the Earth is at the center of the universe, or the geocentric model. The Catholic Church, the Catholic Inquisition, arrested Galileo on charges of heresy. In the hearing, he was sentenced to life in prison, but ended up getting house arrest for life. He also had to deny all of his claims about the heliocentric model, and his works were to be burned. As he was being taken away after his hearing, he said the 4 last words, "And yet it moves," referring to the Earth. Galileo's works remained on the Church's list of banned books for the next 200 years. In 1992, Pope John Paul II officially came out for the Catholic Church and praised Galileo's findings of the heliocentric model and his scientific method of proving it. This wasn't until 1992, very recent. Took quite a while for them. He was also named the Pope John Paul II named him the father of modern science as well. That is just a short summary of Galileo Galilei. There's much more to be said, but I wanted to keep the video not too long. First off, I would like to discuss diversity. Astronomy is one of those interesting things where everybody looks at the sky, no matter where you are or what you look like, when you were born, where you were born. All kinds of cultures that we know of in history observed the sky. For example, the ancient Egyptians used certain stars to tell when the Nile would flood. The ancient Mayans built temples and their pyramids to observe the sun. It was also closely associated with religion in ancient times. For example, how the ancient Greeks named the constellations after their gods, like Hercules, which we still use those constellations today that the Greeks pieced together and named. We still call them by their Greek names and study them today, like in our astronomy class. So diverse, astronomy spans all humans, regardless of who they are or what they look like. In regards to global interdependence, a perfect example is the International Space Station today. All kinds of countries come together and put their best astronomers forward, and put their own government and economy's money into this project in order to further astronomy and the science of studying the skies. And they've made a lot of scientific advancements, and I think it's a great thing that all these countries are coming together to do that. Even back in the Cold War, the Soviet Union and the U.S. were battling, competing to see who could get to the moon faster and make more astronomical advancements. That works too, but I think the International Space Station works even better when when the whole world comes together to work on one single thing. Hope you enjoyed the video.